So I went off to the mountains for a couple months. My parents rented a house. That's how loving they are. They rented a house in the top of a mountain, 40-acre estate, and they took me there and they dropped me off with some food and, told me to enjoy, basically get well. And that's what I asked for. And they were very supportive and they did it. And I was clean for 30 days and I came home and I'd get high because I knew I was leaving again. So, it's never real good commitment. As much as I wanted it, I really didn't want it, if that makes any sense. But 60 days in the mountains turned into a year and a half, but every time I'd come home, I'd get high and go right back to the mountains. And then it got to where I had a vehicle finally, so I'd go home and get some drugs and bring them back to the mountains. So boom, I'm full on again, everyday user, and everything that I had worked for those 60 days or 30 days or however you want to look at it had gone right, down the drain. It was a waste of time and effort. But I do know now, after being here, that had I went to rehab then, I feel strong that I would still be using today because it probably would not have worked for me. Yeah, and I'd have been right back, then I'd have been discouraged with rehab altogether. I hear people in here that have been to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 or more different rehabs and detoxes. And I'm like, there's no way that would have worked for me because I'd have been discouraged. If not by the first, by the second, that'd have been over with, And so finding this place was, like I said, it found me. There was God involved in it for sure. He knew what time it was, and I can't think of a better place. And I see people that said that they've been 6, 7, 8 different detoxes, and I see the changes in them in here. Everybody comes in the door, they're scared. I was scared. I must have cried the first 10 days I was here, but the staff, they comforted me, and I can remember Miss Debbie telling me one day that I said, I got to go, I can't do it, I cannot do it. And just crying my eyes out, and she said, Anthony, it's 8 weeks. It's 8 weeks, and it's the rest of your life. And I knew right then that that she was exactly right, that I could do it because, my worst day here was a hell of a lot better than my best day, the way I've been living the last 4 years,